Hey, so I am taking out some long and narrow curl formers when it dawned on me I should probably do a video on how I keep my curl former sets past 1 day. I get this question all the time. It's probably the most frequently asked question to both the blog and this channel. And so I think there are a couple of things that can help you in keeping your curl former set past 1 day, because I don't want you guys to not use curl formers because it takes a long time and you only get 1 day out of it. I mean, if I only got 1 day out of the amount of time it takes to put in curl formers and the discomfort and all of that, I wouldn't even bother with it. But it's such a cute set and it's great for natural hair. So just to give you a couple of pointers, one would be to do small sections. I've watched YouTube videos with girls who do their hair with curl formers, and it's great, but there's about 4 curl formers in their hair, give or take. When you use so few of them, you're not getting, as close to the root as you possibly could, because your sections are so big. When your sections are so big and the root of your hair is so fuzzy, you might have nice curl at the ends, but your root won't keep the curl, and it's the root that actually holds the secret to keeping a long-lasting curl former style. So you can see here, my sections are very small, like psycho small actually. And this is even bigger than I normally would do for them, because I kind of just wanted to have a more full set. I'm actually going to split these apart the most I've ever done, so I can have like a big fro throughout the week, and we'll see how that goes. But anyway, see, these are relatively big for me. These are still pretty small. This is about the size I would do if I was doing like a long and wide, which are the orange and pink ones. I would probably do them about this size. Long and narrow, I would probably do about 2/3 of this size. So this is a little bit big, but keeping your section small keeps the root of your hair as tight and fresh as possible, if you get what I'm saying. Also, don't forget to twist the root of your hair before you thread your hair through the curl former. You want to keep your root twisted. As you can see, this one, I just took this one out. It didn't really dry. Probably should just put it back in. I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to put this one back in. I'm going to show you how I twist the front. So I twist it maybe 2 or 3 times at the roots. There's an actual like twist there. And then I put the curl former on. Twisting the root also keeps the hair from fuzzing out too much at the root. And like I said, the root is what really keeps the style looking fresh. If you have nice, smooth roots, the rest of your hair is probably going to take the style really well. So it'll last a lot longer. Another thing, you have to use the right product for you. If your hair doesn't set using aloe vera gel, don't use aloe vera gel. That's what I use. I love aloe vera gel. It sets my hair wonderfully. I mean, and it's not hard, it's just like perfectly set, and these curls are definitely gonna last. I also use Motions. So here's aloe vera gel. This is the one that I use. There are some other brands too, and that's fine. And I also use Motions foaming wrap lotion to set my hair, and my hair stays. It really does. Another thing I would caution you against is using leave-in conditioner when you're setting your hair and setting your hair damp. Don't set curl formers on like really damp or soaking wet hair. It's not going to stay. It's not even going to dry overnight. I wash my hair, put in my leave-in, but then I let my hair air dry almost completely before I can put the curl formers in. And that's because what you're going to use to set your hair will re-wet it enough. There's no need to spritz water in it, because the water that you put in your hair is just going to kind of wake up the conditioner, and it's going to keep your hair from drying. Like, wet conditioner in your hair will keep the curls from actually setting this nicely. And I think that's something that a lot of you may do, is use leave-in conditioner and then put in your styling product and then curl form your hair, and that's not going to have your curls last at all. So yeah, let your hair completely dry or almost completely dry if you're using some type of leave-in. If you're not using leave-in, then you can use a water bottle and spritz your hair a little bit if it needs to be re-wet. But if you're using a leave-in conditioner, just skip that whole part. I'm trying to think what else. I guess I would say leave it in for the correct number of time, the correct amount of time for your hair to dry. I leave my hair in for 5 to 7 hours. 7 being like optimal for my hair to dry. As you saw, even the little root of this one wasn't done yet. This is like 5.5 hours in. You want to make sure your hair is dry before you take the Curlformers out, or else your hair will start to poof up because it's still wet and it's not confined by the roller, and then you won't have a style. You'll just have like poof. And it sounds like that's not what you guys want. You guys kind of want to have the curl. So I would say that. And lastly, when you're moisturizing your hair, use a moisturizer that's not wet. Like, don't use conditioner to moisturize Curlformer set, because you'll just get, again, that contact between conditioner and whatever you use to style, either aloe vera gel or the wrap lotion or what, will just turn your hair, it'll just wet your hair, and then your hair will lose the style. So I use a couple of things. Coconut oil. Oils are just great for this because they're not going to re-wet your hair at all. And you'll still feel some kind of moisture. You'll keep sealing the moisture in from when you did your hair. If your hair is like mine and needs water though, I would suggest using passion fruit curls control paste from the Curls line, which is available at Target. I would also say you can use Elastic QP makes a mango butter moisturizer, which is really great for moisturizing Curlformer sets and keeping your hair from getting wet and losing the style. And also shea butter, shea low mixes. I used to use, take shea butter and whip it with water and use that to actually moisturize my Curlformer set, and that would keep my hair from getting poofy. It would actually moisturize my hair while still keeping the hold. So those are my tips for how to maintain a Curlformer set, and hopefully that was helpful. If you have any other questions, one more thing. Sleeping. How can I forget sleeping? I don't use this guy when I have Curlformers in my hair. This will just flatten your curls if you tie it up. See, can you imagine? That would just flatten all your curls out. What I do use, and I don't know if I have one handy. No, it's not in here. What I do use is a large satin bonnet. So maybe a bonnet that I kind of loosen the elastic a bit. And this way that makes the bonnet bigger and it doesn't smush the curls. You know those little bonnets that are really elastic and kind of come tight on your head? Those will also smush your curls. You want to have a bonnet that's big enough to hold all your hair in while still having room for them to move around a little bit, because you don't want them flattened. Also, I can sometimes sleep on just a satin pillowcase alone, but I have to be more conscious of how I'm sleeping, and that's just how it is. I can't be all over the place and sleeping and happy and whatever if I'm not wearing a satin bonnet. I'm just very careful about how I sleep. So this might be weird, but sometimes I sleep on my arm like so. So I push the curls off on this side so I'm not leaning on my curls, and my hair is out and free. Nothing's leaning on it. It's not being smushed in any way. And this is actually really comfortable for me to sleep. I don't, my arms don't fall asleep or anything like that. For some of you whose arms may fall asleep, then you might just want to use the large bonnet. It doesn't make sense to have your, extremities go numb for the sake of a hairstyle. I don't think it's that serious. But these are just little things that I do. And like I said, it does take some being aware of my hair when I do sleep if I'm not using a bonnet, which is why now I've just been using the bonnet, because when I come home I'm just too tired to really think about how I'm sleeping. But anyway, that is about it, I think. Again, if you have any other questions, let me know. Also, this style doesn't stay exactly like this. This is split apart and everything, pre-fluffed. But my hair doesn't stay exactly like this throughout the whole entire week. Your hair does get old, the style will get old. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll maybe re-curl form just the fronts. So I'll take a little water in between my fingers and smooth it on my hair, and then put the curl former back in for some of them. Or what I'll do is that's when I start doing updos, and I think curl former sets are the greatest basis for updos. Any textured style really makes an updo so much prettier. So take advantage of the old hair and do a cute, you know, top knot buns are especially nice on curl formed hair. I mean, any kind of bun updo you want to do, I mean, it'll be fine, it'll look great. So those are my tips, and hopefully those answered your questions. And now I think I'm done. If you have anything else, feel free to email me or leave a comment below, and I will get back to you. All right. I'll see you later after I finish taking these out. Bye.